Everyone says it takes months or even years to learn a language. But what if they're wrong? I'm challenging that by trying to learn Spanish in just 7 days, using nothing but my phone. And here's the crazy part. By the end of this video, I'll try to have real conversations in Spanish. If I fail, you'll see it. But if I succeed, you'll never look at language learning the same way again. I've always wanted to go to Spain, but I didn't want to be that tourist that can't order coffee or tell a taxi where to go. The problem? Traditional language learning is broken. You spend months memorizing stuff like my pet hamster wears a sombrero and plays violin. Meanwhile, you can't even ask where the bathroom is. That's where Dangerous comes in. It's an app that helps you learn fast and practice real conversations. And I'm about to put it to the ultimate test. For the next 7 days, I'm using only Dangerous to learn Spanish. No cheating or outside help. Just me, this app, and a week to go from hola to real conversations. So wish me luck. Welcome to day 1. First, let's set up our app. My Spanish level is hola, yo quiero una cerveza. So we're gonna go with beginner. You get to choose your interests like photography, design, gaming, food. This way it gives you lessons that match what you like. We need to start with the basics. So you learn how to say your name, colors, numbers, days of the week.
Tap any word to hear it.
Mucho
gusto.
gusto.
You're on fire. Keep it up.
¿Cómo te llamas? The app is voice-based. You don't have to type anything. You just speak out loud like you're talking to someone. Lado derecho. Giro a la izquierda. I like that after they teach you like a few words, you also get to practice with some sentences so you can actually put them like in a real situation. Voy al doctor el segundo día de la semana laboral. ¿Qué día es? Kept going through basic greetings, colors, dates, measurements, numbers, how to tell the time, shapes, directions, days of the week.
Miércoles.
Each lesson takes about 2-3 minutes to finish, so you can easily complete a couple of chapters in a day. And it looks like I've already reached my daily goal. I kept going for a bit and actually finished the full basics chapter. Now it's time to take it to the next step. But here's where it gets interesting. We've made it to day 2, and today we'll be testing out some scenarios. One of the fun things about this app is the variety of scenarios you can practice. You've got everything from flirting, making restaurant reservations, arguing with a taxi driver. Each lesson has 2 parts. First, you practice the important phrases. Then you try it like it's a real conversation. It's kind of like pretending you're in that situation, which helps you learn a lot faster. I finished the whole lesson while walking through the park, and then I found a quiet spot to try out my first scenario. I chose the restaurant reservation scenario, asking for a table, picking the time. Simple stuff, but super useful if you're traveling. Para 4 personas, hacer una reserva. After that, I practiced a little bit every day, while walking, sitting on the couch, and even while driving. The app has a drive mode, so instead of wasting time in traffic, I was actually practicing Spanish. It was super easy, and even a few minutes felt like progress. But the real test was still coming. Alright, it's the last day, final day, day 7. I feel pretty confident, and I was thinking of testing out my Spanish, but instead of doing another app lesson, I thought I'd take you along with me and have an actual conversation with you. Yay! So I'll tell you about my day using the lessons I've learned this week in Spanish. I'll talk about coffee, different sizes, roast types, blends. I'll mention some food. I'll give some directions, even though I already struggle with this in real life. And maybe I'll even flirt a little bit, test out my Spanish charm. Alright, let's switch to Spanish in 3, 2, 1. Hola chicos y chicas, son las 8 y ahora estoy haciendo un café. Es un grano de origen único, tostado medio. Me gusta más que una mezcla. También es un café mediano con leche de almendra. Mañana creo probar un americano, pero no sé la diferencia entre un espresso y un americano. Creo que uno es más pequeño y fuerte y el otro es más grande y suave. Estoy caminando al centro ahora. La cafetería está recto y luego a la derecha. En el cafetería voy a tomar otro café sin azúcar. Es el segundo café del día, pero me gusta mucho. Pregunto si tienen algo dulce. Tienen una tartaleta con fresas. Está muy rica. Cuesta 3 euros. Camino mucho y estoy cansada. Es tarde y aquí voy a encontrarme con mi novio.
Esta noche tengo una reservación en un restaurante a las 8. Es un restaurante pequeño pero muy popular. Voy con mi novio, que tiene una sonrisa muy bonita. ¿Estás disfrutando?
¿Sí?
Él dice que sí. Y yo también.
Well, that's it. 7 days of speaking Spanish with Dangerous. Am I fluent? No. But can I get around, have small conversations, order food, coffee, understand basic directions, and I feel more confident using the language. Remember the challenge I made at the beginning? Real conversations in just 7 days? Well, you just saw me do exactly that. I'm sure I've made mistakes, probably a lot of them, but that's the point. If you're worried about messing up, don't be. You don't have to memorize grammar rules. You just keep practicing the scenarios because it pushes you to speak right away out loud and have real conversations. What's cool is that the lessons are built around everyday things you'd actually be doing in Spain. Order coffee, make a reservation, ask for directions, learn how to count money, and flirting, of course, super useful. And if you don't find a specific situation in the app, you can actually suggest it. And users get to vote on which scenarios make it in the app, which I think is super awesome. You have a say in it. I still have a long way to go, but for 7 days, I think I did a pretty good job. I'm honestly proud of the progress I've made and how much I remembered. So if you're thinking of learning a language, Dangerous is a good place to start, especially if you're traveling. And if you've been making excuses about not having enough time to learn a language, I just proved you wrong in 7 days. Muchas gracias mis amigos y hasta luego.